Hi guys, so this is Sergey and Jason here with Lien On Me. We just got off the phone with one of the biggest names in construction management software, JobTread. This is it. We just got off the phone literally like 10-15 minutes ago. So we're gonna share with you all the insights and what we think about partnering up with them and what they thought about us as a company.
I was really excited about how the meeting went because they saw value in what we do, but originally I don't think they saw value in what we do.
I think
So I saw a change in sort of the way they perceived us.
I think they had little guards first, so we had to kind of, it's normal, they're bigger companies, so everybody wants to get on board with them, so it's pretty standard,
When the meeting was going on, they kind of wanted to know what we did and what our process was, and we explained that to them, and about halfway through the meeting they saw our value and they started to understand that this is actually a problem as far as people not getting paid. It integrates well with their business, which is construction management software. And if you're not familiar with JobTread, the focus of JobTread is to build profitable jobs from the start. Now, that's all and well, but if you're not getting paid, I don't care how well your job is priced out. It doesn't matter. You have no money in your hand. Your profit margin is zero.
A rule of thumb, when you give up a price, right? Let's say somebody wants to get the driveway done. So let's say it's the price 10 grand. You take 5,000 down and you expect to get 5 at the end. So normally that initial deposit, that 5,000, it will cover all your materials, the expenses, the labor, and that 5 grand that left, that other 50%, this is actually your profit. So this is how normally it works in the construction industry. So you basically counting on that last check to cover, this is your actual profit, this is your bread and butter, this is how you pay your mortgage, this is how you buy the food for your kids, and etc. Right?
Right.
So this is the main, the 50%. And if you're gonna lose that 50%, that last check, you're screwed. You spend like weeks of work, right? Weeks of time, and so this is just important to make sure you know how to secure that last check.
And so JobTread starts with the assumption that you're actually getting paid. We start with the reality that we know you're not getting paid, because Sergey and I have walked in these shoes and we understand what it's like on the street and what it's like dealing with customers and what it's like going through these difficult relationships and these difficult conversations. And we know what it's like when people try to take advantage of you. And that's not what people like to talk about. And so we want to shine some light on that, and that's the reality of what's going on. And so Lien On Me was created to shine light on that situation. And I think JobTread saw that, and they saw the great partnership that could be there as far as observing first principles of let's first get your money and then figure out if you made a profit. So you don't put the cart before the horse. And we feel like this is going to really improve their business, and it's going to improve our business as well.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. And the funny thing, like you noticed that when they asking like, hey, I really didn't know that it's such a demand in this kind of business, because I never heard nobody talk about it. And I bring it up the thing like saying this is basically like in a casino. When you win, you're gonna tell your neighbors, your friend, your mailman, and everybody.
Shout from the rooftops.
Yeah, but if you lose, the only person who's gonna know is you. Yeah. So
and you're gonna probably keep it a secret.
Yeah. So exact same thing when it comes with like any problems, and this is the problem when you're not getting paid. Obviously, you're gonna keep it to yourself, and maybe if somebody bring it up, you will share. But you most likely not gonna start the conversation. Hey, I didn't get paid. Because it makes you look weak, right? In a way. But if you know how to deal with this problem, that this is the strength.
And so nobody likes to highlight their weaknesses. Nobody likes to highlight their failures. But if we're going to take our businesses to the next level, we have to start looking under the rug and sweeping out the dirt and figuring out how to keep our houses clean with our business and how to really operate our businesses as efficiently as possible. And part of that is really addressing the 800-pound gorilla in the room, which is your bad debt. Your bad debt is from customers not paying you, and it can literally crush your business. because it's a compounding problem.
It's a domino effect.
It's a domino effect, and the problem compounds over time because you never get those days back. You never get that wear and tear back on your tools. You never get these things back. You don't get that opportunity back because while you're wasting 3 or 4 weeks on a job, you could have been at another profitable job for 3 or 4 weeks making money, but instead you lost all that time, all that effort, and then at the end of it, to add insult to injury, you lost the money. And who's gonna go and brag about that to all their buddies at the bar?
No one.
Nobody, right? And so I think JobTread today really saw our value. They saw and actually got educated about a problem, and they saw potential future integration with our company to sort of be like an insurance policy for the average laborer to be able to turn on a switch, and they've got basically Lien On Me as their insurance policy, taking care of all these problems for them. And they don't have to worry about it because if you're a contractor out there, you know and I know, we have so many things on our plate. The last thing we want to worry about is filing a lien on somebody or going to go see a lawyer or dealing with the arguments. It's like, we just want to go to work, do a good job, and go home to our families and pay all of our bills. Let's just be honest about that. So we think that if we can find a way with JobTread to automate all these processes so that they're seamless and there's no friction and getting involved with us is so easy, we think it's gonna be great marriage, you know, between our company and their company.
And I think we do share, you know, similar values to help and educate, you know, the person to make him stronger when it comes to deal with the, you know, the problems that will appear in the future. Regardless, this is life, you know, this life is not perfect, and the stronger and the more educated that you know will be, the easier you can go through those problems in the future, you know. And they actually providing the same values to help the person to basically move through the problems, you know.
Yeah, and Eric, if you guys aren't familiar with JobTread, Eric is the CEO. He talks about this in his on-ramping videos. He talks about how nobody likes to talk about profit. They want us to talk about markup and they want to talk about other things, but profit margins is one of the most important things you could think about as a business owner. And in this industry, it's almost like nobody wants to talk about it. There's a lot of commonalities between what Eric's doing with JobTread and what we're doing with Lien On Me. We're taking an issue that nobody wants to talk about and we're putting it right in the middle of the table and saying, okay, let's talk about it because it's important. Even though you don't want to talk about profit margin, let's talk about profit margin. Even though you don't want to talk about not getting paid, let's talk about not getting paid, because these are difficult things to address, but they're super important to the success of your business.
It's just the truth, you know, it's just transparency. This is what's lack. Everybody want to brag and shine about their successes, but the real deep issues they left behind, and like you sweep it under the carpet rather than, you know, to look at the problem and find the solution.
With Eric, you know, he starts with the profit margin first and he works his way backwards and he reverse engineers his software to ensure that every contractor builds their jobs with a good, you know, 50%, 70% profit margin, whatever the profit margin that's acceptable in your trade, he makes sure that you keep that top of mind. And I think with us, we want to do the same thing. We want you to keep in top of mind that that there is a small percentage that each customer won't pay.
Yes, exactly.
And so we don't want to live in a fantasy land, right? Yeah. We want to live in reality. And the reality is that there is a small percentage that job can go wrong and that customer gets upset with you and they just flat out close up the checkbook and they will not pay you. So we need to put that on the table and get it handled right away. And we want you guys to proactively start coming to Lien On Me and have us take care of all of your jobs. We want to take care of all of your jobs and start proactively taking steps to protect you.
I mean, let's just be honest, you know, like for instance me, you know, I've been in construction for over 10 years. And most of the time, you know, you can feel if the homeowner have some like iffy situation with finances, you know, and sometimes they have appetite to get renovation. They excited, they saw the thing on HDTV and they like, oh, I want this amazing bathroom. And they, you know, like sometimes asking like, can I pay with credit card? When people say, can I pay with a credit card, it's already kind of like a red flag for me, you know what I mean? Like, because normally if you can't afford the remodel, you can't afford that, you know what I mean? So, and I remember that time, like it was several years ago. So I had the guy, I wanted to do a bathroom. So I came out, give him an estimate, you know, my guys did the work. And so he was trying to nitpicking, you know, like saying this grout line is not the same, or like consistency of the grout, this color. Like I mean, the bathroom was perfect. I mean, like I said, we've been in business at that time, like I say, 8 or 7 years. So we knew what we're doing, you know, like I had the best guys in the area doing the work. And you can tell when people just finding the ways to get out of, you know, not paying you, you know, and this is, at this point, sometimes it's not even about the money. It's kind of like you feeling that people are trying to take advantage of you, you know, like they think that like you're stupid or something. Like money is important, but the fact that people are trying to just screw you over.
I think what angers people and really gets us upset is the manipulation.
Yes.
Is they start manipulating the facts. They start complaining with petty complaints. They start grasping for straws. And a lot of these complaints are just, we know they are a smokescreen to disguise the real motive, which is what?
I agree, yeah.
The real motive is to not pay you.
Exactly.
And we got to call a spade a spade. We just got to call it what it is. They don't want to pay you, or they want a steep discount on your services, and they want to walk away with a bargain. I mean, let's just be honest about it. But the way that they accomplish that is extremely dishonest.
Yes, I mean, this is like a simple human factor. We all like discounts, right? Like we all want to get best deal possible. But when it comes to like dishonest way to handling that, you know, this is what hurts, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, let's say if you did mess up the job, right? Or something didn't go the way it's supposed to. That's okay to offer like a small discount. But when people just find and using this as a leverage to not paying you completely, you know, this is just, that's wrong.
A lot of times these conversations, they degrade down into personal insults. This is where it becomes not so fun to be a contractor, when you say.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us, if we're being honest, we love what we do if it did not involve people.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly.
And I hate to say that, but like we love people, but also people are the problem as well in many cases, because anytime you get people involved with something, there's going to be problems.
Yes.
And so most of us love the work that we do. Like for me, I'm a woodworker. I love cutting a piece of wood and shaping it and making it look beautiful. Sergey loves tile work and making a bathroom go from ugly to just gorgeous bathroom. But when you start dealing with people, gosh, that's when the whole thing changes, and they take the joy out of what you're doing, because you're just trying to make an honest living doing what you love to do. And so we want to, in many ways, not just empower you guys, but we want to restore the joy that you once had in doing your line of work. Because most of the guys, if we take out the people element of the equation, they will say, in all honesty, they still love their job. They still love what they actually do, right? What
yes,
you say?
Of course. I mean, you wouldn't go into the business that you hate.
Right.
I mean, we all start something that we have compassion and like we enjoy doing that, you know?
Yes.
But when, like you said, when you enjoy the process, you know, you like what you do, it makes you happy. But when you start, you know, some problems appear, this is what kills, you know, the joy. Yeah, exactly.
It kills your happiness because all of a sudden you start wondering and asking yourself the question, is it worth it?
Yeah,
right?
You know, you're like, am I in the right line of work? Right.
Yes. Or in many cases, I mean, the types of criticism that you'll get will actually start to make you think, maybe I am a bad person. Maybe I am a bad business person. And maybe there is some truth to what these customers are saying about me. But honestly, it's just human nature. I mean, what we're dealing with is just human nature. And we have to all give ourselves a little bit of grace and say, no, this is, you know, these are normal issues. Everybody's going through them. And so what Sergey and I wanted to do was build a community where you guys can go to and you can share your problems without feeling any shame or fear, and put it out there on the table, because the more you put light on those problems, the more you realize that there's thousands and thousands of other people out there that are just like you, going through similar problems, just a little bit different detail.
Yeah, because it's solution to any problem. Any problem can be resolved.
Right.
Like this, but when you like running through your head and you have a problem, you like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And you know, you just getting focused on negative result. But if you just open it up and let other people see that, and I'm sure you can find a solution to anything.
Right. And so for us, it's all about education. We're not lawyers. Okay. First and foremost, we have to always tell you guys that we're not lawyers. We are backed by a very strong legal team that is specializing in construction. However, we are contractors who want to fight for the everyday man, the everyday hardworking American. Well, not just all American. We actually got Spanish now, so it's not just Americans anymore. We actually have a Spanish-speaking side.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, we all in America immigrants, regardless. I mean, unless if you're not Native American, I'm just saying we're all equal, and we are here to help anybody that needs help.
I think we all share the American dream, which is to go from nothing to making something of yourself through your hard work, through your blood, sweat, and tears, to make a life for yourself and your kids and your wife and your family. And everybody's got that dream. That's kind of something that we all have. But somewhere along the way, things happen. And so for us, we see ourselves as kind of fighting for the people that don't have a lot of power. And so we have a lot of passion about what we do, because we know that we're doing good. We're doing good for people, and we're doing the right thing for people. And so we are excited about this JobTread opportunity.
Yeah.
We're excited to go to Job Connect in January, and we hope to meet you guys out there. We hope to shake your hands and hear your stories, and you guys can dump on us all you want. Tell us all the bad stuff you want. Tell us everything that happened. We want to hear it all.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we want to connect with you guys and let you guys know that you're not alone in this. We want to share with you our information about how to get involved with us, about the future plans of JobTread and Lien On Me. And we're just excited to be out there with fellow tradespeople, and just discussing, what we love to do and how we want to.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, we still are in the same boat, all of us, Guys, that was a pleasure to talk to you, and I hope that information was valuable. And if you like everything, just subscribe, like, comment. We're here to help you, and we're here to provide value and solution to your problems.
And also, if you guys don't have a platform that manages your jobs and your construction, your estimates and your proposals and your invoices, all that, check out JobTread.com. They are a fantastic site, and we are excited to be in relationship with them. And just look for more on that coming up in the near future, and we're just excited about what is to come. So, all right, guys, we thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.